When Mark planned the vow renewal ceremony, he thought it would be a chance to reignite the spark in his marriage. 10 years together wasn't easy, but he believed they had made it through the hardest parts. His wife, Emily, seemed distant lately, yet he assumed it was stress or routine dullness. He hoped that standing before their family and friends, exchanging vows again, would remind her of what they once had. The ceremony was held in their backyard, decorated with white roses and soft lights. Everyone was smiling, raising glasses of champagne, waiting for the couple to exchange their renewed promises. Mark looked at Emily, his heart pounding with gratitude. He truly loved her, even after all the arguments, even after the silence that had grown between them. When it was Emily's turn to speak, she took the microphone and smiled faintly. But her eyes had no warmth. She began her vows slowly, her voice calm but sharp. Then, in front of everyone, she said words that shattered Mark's world. "I never loved you. Not even from the beginning." The crowd fell silent. Mark felt the air leave his chest, like he'd been punched. He stared at her, unable to believe what he'd just heard. Emily continued speaking, explaining that she had married him out of convenience, not love. She said she wanted stability, and Mark had provided that. People gasped, some whispering to each other. Mark stood frozen, holding the ring in his hand, his heart breaking in slow motion. He could have walked away right there, but something inside him snapped. The humiliation, the betrayal, it was too much. He calmly put the ring down on the table, smiled faintly, and said, "Thank you for finally being honest." Then he turned to the guests and said the vow renewal was officially cancelled. Over the next few days, Emily acted as if nothing serious had happened. She told Mark he was overreacting and that truth is better than pretending. But Mark wasn't the same man anymore. He silently gathered every piece of information he needed. Their home, their accounts, their joint investments. He knew them all better than anyone. He discovered that Emily had been secretly seeing a coworker named Jason for almost a year. There were messages, weekend meetups, and even hotel receipts. She used their shared credit card for most of it, assuming Mark never checked. But he did now. He printed everything and kept it in a folder. 1 week later, he invited her out to dinner, saying he wanted to talk things through. Emily, smug and confident, agreed. She believed she had complete control. They went to her favorite restaurant, and Mark appeared calm, smiling, as if nothing was wrong. After dinner, he handed her the folder across the table. When she opened it, her face turned pale. Every message, every picture, every receipt, there it was. Mark leaned back and said quietly, "You didn't love me. I get it. But you could have at least respected me." She tried to defend herself, stuttering excuses, but he stood up and walked out, leaving her speechless and trembling. The next morning, Emily woke up to find all her cards blocked. The joint account was frozen. The house, which she thought they owned together, was actually under Mark's name alone. He had handled all the paperwork years ago. She had nowhere to go. Mark filed for divorce immediately. During the process, he revealed her infidelity and provided all the evidence. Her lover, Jason, soon lost his job after his company learned about the affair with a married coworker. Emily tried to call Mark several times, but he never answered again. Months later, Mark stood on the same lawn where their vow renewal had taken place. The flowers were gone, but the air felt peaceful. He had sold the house and was preparing to move to another city to start fresh. He thought about how he once loved Emily, how he dreamed of growing old with her, but now he only felt relief. Emily, meanwhile, had moved into a small apartment, alone. The people who once admired her now avoided her. The life she had built through lies had collapsed completely. Mark had taken his revenge, not through anger or shouting, but by walking away with his dignity intact. And as he drove away for the last time, Mark smiled slightly. He didn't need her love anymore. The truth that once broke him had set him free.